Hey everyone, I'm here for another round of Movement for Quarantine. And this week I'm thinking a lot about the events that have been occurring over the last week, the last couple of months, and the feelings of anger that arise in me, I'm sure are not uncommon to a lot of you. And I'm thinking of ways, trying to develop ways that help myself and hopefully you create resources within your own physical form to help work with anger as a transformative, productive energy as opposed to one that might feel corrosive, might make you feel powerless, or just simply suppress it. So this is a work in progress, but I wanted to offer it for anyone who is dealing with some of the issues that come up with anger. This ideally is a practice that you might use as a proactive measure, so before getting angry, because I know when I'm angry, I'm not thinking about all my tools. This is something that might help support your body when you are in those moments of like high energy, high sensation that aren't pleasant, to help keep circulation, to help you know how to find your center and your grounding, because a lot of energy, a lot of anger energy does create a fiery energy that rises up and takes us out of the ground, out of our centers. So this movement is for that. It's also for supporting a nice release of the jaw, the neck, the breath. So you'll see all of that in this short practice. So throughout this practice, as we start to move our energy, you're welcome to make noises that help release anything that needs to be expressed. And I also want you to take care of yourself. So if at any time you're feeling some intensity that's uncomfortable or that might be overwhelming, please stop, take care of yourself, and you can pick and choose what elements of this practice is helpful for you. So we're just gonna let our knees bend a little bit, have some ease in our hips and all of our joints. You might close your eyes or keep them open, but we're just gonna take a breath in and let it out through the mouth. One more time. And now I'd like you to fill up your belly, the lowest part of your body. Bring your breath all the way down here on an inhale. Exhaling out through the mouth. Release your jaw, release your tongue, release your throat. Again, visualize your breath coming down as deep as it can. Letting your neck release, your head release. So if you have a sounding practice, you might release some sound here. We're gonna just take a little bit from a Qigong practice that I've been doing lately, which is just to swing my spine. My hips are rotating, but my feet and my knees are staying still, and I'm bending my knees to allow for some flexibility. My arms are just swinging around, following momentum, and eventually they're gonna target my lower back. So my mid back, right where the bottom ribs are my kidneys. And so I'm just giving a little tap, little sensation, stimulation to the kidneys. Kidneys and your adrenal glands live here. This is where our fight or flight mode comes from. This is where the hormones that are secreted for that come from. So I am balancing out my nervous system by tapping those. Then I'm going to take my front hand and tap my chest. So I'm stimulating my lungs, my breath, and also immunity. Sound wants to come out, let it. And then the third point is going to be the back of your shoulder. So I'm swinging across my chest to my neck and shoulder, releasing some pressure there. And then I'm going to allow this motion to get smaller and slower. I'm going to let my arms drop. And I'm going to slowly come back to center. taking a moment. You might close your eyes again. And I'm just going to visualize my roots growing out of my legs, through my feet, and into the ground below. Visualize what your roots look like. Are they thin little rhizomes, or are they deep tap roots that go straight down into the ground? Do they spiral? What are your roots doing? And how do they connect you to the earth's center? Taking one more breath as you connect to the earth. You can slowly let your eyes open. So feeling that grounding, we're going to brush, following the meridians, I'm going to brush up the inside of my arm, down the outside of my arm, following the flow of lymph toward my heart, and then out from my heart through my oxygenated blood flow. A few times each side, inward, up the middle, up the inner arm, and then down, out the outside. Brushing a few times, and the same thing with the legs. I'm going to brush up the inside and down the outside. Just getting the circulation flowing. And some more. Whew. And then brush your throat, your neck, your skull, anything that needs to be brushed and released. Your sound. Brush, brush, brush. Get that energy swept out of any stagnancy. Remember, we're just going to come to the cheekbones. Find your cheekbones and walk your fingers all along the cheekbone to right in front of your ear, right in front of your ear tab, right? Now, just below that is your jaw. This is your mandibular joint, your TMJ, temporomandibular joint. That's where your jaw meets your skull. And if you play with moving your jaw around, you'll feel its movement, right? A lot of times we strain this jaw. So many of us have TMJ issues, but part of the reason is because we kind of overdo it, right? We kind of move this jaw, our jaw, in a way that is antithetical to its design. So we're just going to brush down to the bottom of that bone where there's a little angle here that begins the jawbone to the chin. So there is that point, right, bottom of the jaw before it goes to the chin. Just want you to brush along that from the top of the joint to the bottom of that specific bone. Right, just massage that area down, right? As you go down, passively let your jaw open, and maybe let out some sound. Right, what any stagnant energy that might be get swept up in a brush fire of anger, how do you let that go? And then just brush down through your chin. Let your tongue out. Let your throat really open and soften. And then just shake a little bit. I'm just going to bounce and let my arms shake, my hands shake, wringing out anything that doesn't need to be in my body, right? We get our circulation going. Then we're going to clean house a little bit. Make sure your breath is still going down into this basin of your pelvis, because when we get angry, we get heated, our breath gets really shallow. Everything kind of comes out of the ground. So our resourcing comes from finding the earth again through our own bodies. So shaking that out, and speaking of finding the ground, find your tailbone. Swing and shake your tailbone. Oh, what can you release out of your butt? Just let it go. Shake it out, especially if you've been sitting and not connecting to some of your sensations and emotions. This is a good way to shake it up and figure out what's happening. Now that we've shaken it out, Now we're gonna stir it. We're gonna churn it. So I'm gonna let my hips take big, soft, open circles. I'm gonna bend my knees. So I'm imagining now I'm taking that energy and I'm integrating it into a better, I keep saying the word circulation because that's what I'm thinking of, but I'm really allowing now this energy that I've been kind of awakening, let's reverse that circle, to now reintegrate into my creative center, my reproductive center, my center of my gravity, right? So all these very central places in the body are now taking that energy, and I'm gonna imagine like cake batter just dripping down my legs into my roots. You can close your eyes and witness that that shifting of your energy. Notice what you feel. You still feel your roots, and just let that energy inside your pelvis drain down your legs into those roots, down into the earth center. Allow your breath to come down deep into your belly. Notice what you feel now. And start to bring your feet together. You can keep your eyes closed and place your hands on your body where you feel is your center, at least today. And see if you can imagine this churned energy, this reintegrated energy, to be a guide, to be a sense of support for you as things arise through your day, through your week, through your year. Sending all my blessings to you. You can open your eyes. Maybe you see the world a little differently now. I'm sending all my blessings to you, and I hope that you're doing well. Take a deep breath whenever you think about it.